Other interesting business news, you have Cadillac saying they will not do another Corvette-based vehicle. Somewhat, I think, unfortunately. Now, this is brought to us thanks to motor1.com. Oh, apologies there. And they say, quote, bad news, a Corvette-based Cadillac won't happen. Such a car would share too many components of the Corvette, says GM President Mark Roos. And here you can see, I still think one of the most beautiful looking Cadillacs in the past 100 years. This is a Cadillac XLR. It's a coupe, had a Corvette drivetrain. Now, the disappointing part was it was only available in an automatic transmission, which is obviously boring as hell, and I would never actually buy it. Though again, aesthetically speaking, it looked like a really cool car, and while people mostly made fun of it for looking like a Corvette, or having the drivetrain of a Corvette with the Cadillac badging, I mean, in this case, the body style was completely different than the Corvette. I mean, people used to make fun of GM because in the 80s, it was the same crappy cars, and they just put different badges on, like the same fenders, the same hood, same angles. I mean, in this case, I actually thought this was kind of a good business idea because, again, get the same great powertrain as a V8, and you got some cool styling in Cadillac, and I still smile when I see these on the road to this day. Even though it's an automatic born transmission, they still look really unique. I see them about maybe once or twice a year. And again, it's such a neat angular coupe from Cadillac. It's a little disappointed they don't make more of them, or any coupes these days for that matter. Now, this is brought to us thanks to Anthony Alays, again, over at motor1.com. And he says, quote, Cadillac isn't the same brand as it was 20 years ago. Its post-recession revival focused on ensuring its models were truly distinct from the other products in the GM portfolio. That wasn't exactly the mentality of the company in the early 2000s when it developed the XLR as a secondary vehicle with the C6 Corvette. GM President Mark Ross revealed the company wouldn't do the same thing today. He told CNBC that such a car would not fit the brand's current strategy. He said it would likely share too many components with a Chevy, failing to stand out as a unique performance product. Honestly, that makes sense. Although, being a gearhead, I would argue that in terms of a performance product, Cadillac is way better than Chevrolet these days because Cadillac listens to the consumers and gives them the option of having a third pedal, also known as manual transmission. And the CT4V Blackwing and the CT5V Blackwing with a V6 and V8 respectively are marvels of engineering and great track toys. They're awesome. I got to drive the CT4V Blackwing once. It was exhilarating. One of the best things GM makes. Granted, the bar is quite low, but then you have the Corvette, which is automatic only, and the gearheads like me utterly disappointing. As every Corvette since 1950, well, it started in 53, was a straight 6 engine. Ugh. But every Corvette, I believe 1956, they upgraded the V8. They all had the option for 6 shift. But yeah, GM said, oh yeah, we're going to throw all that away. Now they say, quote, the C8 Corvette provides several powertrain choices across the range of price points. The entry-level Stingray makes 490 horsepower and costs $70,000, while the Corvette ZR1 produces 1,064 horsepower with a $178,195 starting price. Then there's this Corvette E-Ray, the dumbest thing of all, a hybrid with all-wheel drive and 655 horsepower for $108,000. They note that doesn't leave Cadillac a ton of room for a similar product. Instead, Ross told the publication that Cadillac sees growth opportunities in specialty vehicles. This is hilarious. It also shows how dumb GM is. They say the $340,000 Celique previews that future, which the company says will be as rare as a Bugatti. But unlike a Bugatti, no one will give a crap about the Cadillac Celeste in more than 18 months. That's the Cadillac that costs over $340,000 is an EV coupe that's the size of a Rolls Royce. Yeah, no one is going to remember that car. Now, ironically, in terms of collectibles, usually when something is a commercial failure, it does become a collectible later because there's so few of them around. There's a mystique or mysterious thing around them. You see this with like prototype firearms. But in terms of an EV Cadillac, 2-door, that again is pretending to be a luxury vehicle. To me, it's just so dumb. And I don't even think they're going to sell out all 25 that they claim. And Bugatti, and they list to consumers, that's got a nice V16 engine. It howls like a symphony. It's beautiful. That'll be collectible for quite some time. Though again, I'm not a fan that's a hybrid. Good luck maintaining that thing long term. But yeah, we'll see. I still think it wouldn't be a terrible idea to borrow just the engine alone to put in a Cadillac. Again, the people really don't like the fact that the bodies in the 80s were all disgustingly similar. The 90s too. That's where literally they just changed out the badges on the front, where it was just so insulting to the consumer. I mean, in this case, they actually, and again, I know the drivetrain, to me, this was distinct enough. And I usually make fun of car companies for, doing badge sharing and, having too many components go from vehicle to vehicle. I mean, if you could have a Cadillac with a Corvette drivetrain and maybe give it that stick shift, which again, you see the people who like stick shifts are usually, interestingly enough, more of the youth and then more of the more of the elderly, kind of the two demographics that have the highest participation in stick shifts these days. But again, I think that'd be pretty cool. But let me know your thoughts, because as always, be festive here. What you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.